Stand by to launch FanStream Sports.
3, 2, 1.
Let's start.
Hello, sports fans. Welcome to FanStream Sports.
Hello, everybody. Welcome into another edition of From the Rough. It's America's favorite golf podcast right here on FanStream Sports. I'm your host, IndyCarTim, but it's not my show. It's that other guy's show as we welcome in regular attendee to his own show, PGA of America member John Gerber, live from the Kansas City studio in his home office studio situation, his home bar. Hello, Johnny. How are you today?
What is happening? Well, you know, you always make these little snide comments that I can never be on the show, but you know, some of us got to do other things so I can feed you, big guy. You know, that's just what we got to do. I know, and I'll be here Monday too. I'll be here Monday. I'll be here Wednesday. The following Monday might be a little tough as I make our way down to next Wednesday. I make my way down to South Florida, so the travel back might be a little bit tough for us on Monday, but. We're going to shoot for it. I'll do a video regardless, but I'm feeling, I wish I was there in the Dallas studio, but
I'm not concerned about your Monday episodes as I am about your Wednesday. I can't do the previews without you. Nobody wants to hear me preview a tournament.
Well, I've been cussed out on social media enough over the last couple of weeks, missing the Wednesday show. So I cannot, I won't miss unless there's something, if I'm not on the show, there's something tragically wrong. And I'm not saying like, everybody's definition of tragic. It could just be like I got busy. I don't know.
Maybe you shot 8 over par on 9 holes, and you don't.
That's that doesn't happen. First off, that's not tragic. That's just
that probably happens.
No, it does not.
I mean, it happens to the best of them.
Who?
It's okay for it to happen to you once in a while.
Not since I was probably 17 years old.
You got guys on the tour that blow up a hole and just say screw it.
But they don't shoot 8 over. They don't shoot 44 for 9 hole.
It happened to Happy Gilmore once.
Let's move on. If you're going to have these Happy Gilmore references, we're not doing that.
What's wrong with Happy Gilmore?
There's a lot wrong with Happy Gilmore.
There's nothing wrong with Happy Gilmore.
You know, I heard an analogy
of all time.
I heard an analogy a few weeks ago. People like, I'm not a NASCAR person, so I don't get it. I never been. I appreciate it because it's sport. I get these guys I get it. So someone told me, like, as much as you hate Happy Gilmore, not hate's the wrong word. You didn't appreciate Happy Gilmore towards golf. That's how people feel that are really, really big NASCAR people about Talladega Nights.
Oh, for sure. No, they're very, yes. You know what? I agree 100% with that. Talladega Nights is to NASCAR what Happy Gilmore is to golf. Neither one of them are true representations of the sport. You know, Happy Gilmore, I think about this more now that it's, been around for 30 years and all this time that I've watched it, just how ridiculous it is. There's no way that some guy winning a municipal open in a small town automatically earns a spot on the PGA Tour for the entire year. First of all, like that would never, ever happen.
Yeah, right.
And that he would like go on to compete for their gold jacket, for their tour championship. And that those two players, Shooter McGavin and him, would get paired up that frequently, in tournaments as they are like in seemingly every tournament that year. And then there's, scenes of Shooter McGavin, who's the big wig on the tour, and then Dennis Duggan, the guy that plays the tour commissioner. Like there are several scenes of them walking together through a golf course at a tournament, like sharing conversations and stuff. I'm like, okay, that would never happen.
No.
But you just look, it's the same thing with Talladega Nights. I mean, it's ridiculous, and
I thought Talladega Nights was hilarious.
It's just funny. It's a funny movie. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm a Will Ferrell fan anyways, but if you want to watch a movie that's kind of like super, like not realistic, but real, I mean, Tim Cup is, you can get those stories in the U.S. Open, sure. Right? I mean, those are valid stories. Yeah, but if you really want to watch it, like a real, like golf, like a good movie, but like realistic back in the day in the 80s, go watch Dead Solid Perfect. If you really like, I mean, that's
never heard of it.
Way back. It was
Does that have Clark Gable in it?
Randy Quaid. It was Clark Griswold's brother-in-law, but yeah.
Randy I've never heard. And this is why I for the most part hate sports movies. I'm not a fan of sports movies because of that. I will not watch a football movie. Like, I refuse to watch because it pisses me off. And you know what? Football movies are probably the biggest culprit of this, of being so unrealistic and so scripted that has no semblance of the actual sport of football whatsoever. Like, I've never seen Any Given Sunday or I've never seen what's another popular football movie? Remember the Titans. I've never seen anyone ever. That's probably because
Denzel, you don't like
Denzel's in it. Yeah, no, I can't stand Denzel Washington. But none of these, because I saw the previews, and none of the actual sports action is good. The one exception to this is Major League. Like, Major League's just a great movie in and of itself, right? Like, that's even the baseball play is good. But I genuinely, that's why I still haven't seen the F1 movie, because racing movies are inherently terrible. And I've heard that this one's good, but I haven't heard it from racing fans that it's good. I've just heard it's a good movie. I'll probably watch it. You know, I like Brad Pitt, whatever. He's not as good looking as me, but it is what it is. So I'll see it eventually, but I usually, as a rule, do not see sports movies. Because I know I'll be disappointed and they'll piss me off.
Well,
Happy
remember
Gilmore,
the Titans was a true story. So
that doesn't make the movie good.
I thought it was great.
Rudy was technically based on a true story.
Man, you don't.
But there was literally zero truth to any of that movie that happened. Like, characters were made up. It wasn't portrayed correctly. Nobody likes that idiot in real life. Nobody liked him back then. Like, Joe Montana, who was on that team, has come out and said how much everyone disliked that guy and that they carried him off the field after that game as a joke. Like, it was a joke. Like, nobody liked him. And I mean, that's come out in the last 10 years. And it's just, it's funny. I never liked that movie anyway, because of Notre Dame, and I hate Notre Dame. But
yeah.
Anyway, we're not here to talk about Notre Dame or Happy Gilmore, Johnny, as we always seem to get off on a tangent to start these things, but that's fine.
That's what we do. It's just part of the show. You get it all here. You just get it all.
I mean, I could have just as easily gone off on a tangent about how I put my socks on wet this morning because they didn't dry, because I don't have a dryer right now, and I did laundry last night. I've been a month without a dryer. That's a story I could have started the show with.
What I thought who was fixing? Somebody was supposed to fix it for you, weren't they?
No, we couldn't fix it. Somebody came and looked at it and charged me $75 just to tell me they couldn't fix it. So, I mean, hell, I could have gone and bought one for a couple hundred used probably.
Oh,
but we've been without a dryer at our house for over a month.
Go to Rent-A-Center. They're like $10 a month.
No, they're not. They're like $10 a week.
Oh,
or $10 a half week.
All right.
Yeah, those are.
Why you got a banner on the TV up top?
Ridiculous too. Oh, because I had the mouse right there.
All right. JP.
Why? Yeah, I don't even know what goes on in that studio. Don't even talk to me about that.
Okay.
We are here to talk about the Honda Classic. That's no longer the Honda Classic. The Jackie Gleason Invitational.
Good pull by JP this morning for sure.
Yes, some of those old names on the JP Peterson show as Johnny came on to preview this with us and go over his picks. By the way, we will go over Johnny's picks towards the end of the show, and we will spin the wheel for my picks. Johnny will recap some of his picks from last week, but it is the 2026 Cognizant Classic. It is the PGA National Resort in Palm Beach, the Tom Fazio course, par 71, 7,223 yards. With a $9.6 million purse. It's not a signature event because, well, those are stupid and we don't need those anymore, as if we ever did. But it does start Johnny's absolute favorite part of the golf schedule, because according to him, golf doesn't start until this week. Like, nothing that happened beforehand matters. Nobody's had wins. Chris Goddard, I'm sorry, with all apologies to you. Jacob Bridgman, you still haven't won on the PGA Tour because all of that's irrelevant. Scotty Scheffler, you're at 0.
Scotty Scheffler.
Yeah, you're at 0. Just Colin Morikawa, you still haven't won anything yet, with all apologies, but because it all starts now and nothing that happened in Hawaii and California matter.
I'm glad you got it right.
Why is that? But why is that?
That's just where Florida is. Just World Golf Hall of Fame's in Florida. Is where you go.
The most overrated Hall of Fame of any sport, other than maybe soccer.
Maybe.
The soccer Hall of Fame's right here in my backyard, right?
I do. I know exactly where it's at.
Gross. I don't know why we need a Hall of Fame. It's like having a Hall of Fame for checkers.
Could you tell me 10 people that's in that Hall of Fame?
In soccer?
Yeah.
No, I can't name one soccer Pele. I think Pele's in it.
Maradona, Diego Maradona's. Yeah, I could give you probably 5 max.
I remember Tattoo that played for the Dallas Sidekicks in the 80s. He was my favorite indoor soccer. Indoor soccer is awesome. They should have a Hall of Fame for indoor soccer.
Pretty sure he's not in the Hall of Fame, but that's good. It's a good name.
Tattoo? He was awesome.
Tattoo's not in. Man, they ain't gonna get no damn Tattoo in the Hall of Fame.
I'm gonna ask him. Is Tattoo from the Dallas Sidekicks in the soccer?
Hockey, yeah, probably be more able to get in hockey.
No.
Oh,
in October 2011,
no, trash.
Tattoo was a member of the inaugural class of inductees into the Indoor Soccer Hall of Fame.
Not the same. It's like arena
that?
Football. That's going to be like arena football. You're in the Arena Football Hall of Fame.
No, I will tell you, dude, indoor soccer is fun. Indoor soccer fixes everything that's wrong with outdoor soccer. And I used to go to me and my friends in high school used to go to a bunch of these games at Reunion Arena here in Dallas back in the day. And it was a ton of fun. It was like $4 to get in. They sold us beer. Beer was only $4. We're in high school, you know. I could go with like $10 and get drunk on a beer and get into the game. It was great.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Golf Hall of Fame is the biggest joke in all of sports. It's unnecessary.
It's not the biggest joke, but the criteria is not proper. I agree with you there.
Its face is not correct, as Johnny usually says. Yeah. I think I took that off the board. I replaced it with.
You can't touch this.
I only have so many spots on the board. I think I had to take the Johnny's saying your face is incorrect, which was pretty funny. So Johnny, through 6 events of the 2026 PGA Tour season that don't matter apparently, storylines here are bountiful. We've got a multi-time winner in Chris Gotterup, who is jumping, I think, into a new echelon sort of golf. He's one of the new elite players. Scotty Scheffler has kept up his torrid pace. Justin Rose continues to defy conventional wisdom at age 45. I don't know how he's playing golf. Nobody can play golf very well in their 40s, clearly, and beyond. Colin Morikawa, your buddy, broke his winless drought, and Jacob Brisbane became the year's first-time winner last week in the Genesis by holding off, somehow, Rory McIlroy. But according to Johnny, that was just the West Coast swing, and it doesn't matter. And now the meat of the tour starts for the year as the PGA Tour transitions to Florida with the 2026 Cognizant, representing the start of 4 weeks of golf in Florida. We were supposed to have some pretty big names here. Johnny Bridgman, Ben Griffin, Adam Scott were all supposed to be here, but all bowed out earlier in the week, which should open the door for some of these other guys. And usually when that happens, when you've got a field like this, which I don't know, for me, it resembles like one of those alternate field appearances, like you get opposite a signature event.
A little harsh.
I don't know. I mean, why? It's kind of what we're looking at. There's no Rory.
Obviously, the purse is bigger. It's not their fault. It's like we talked about earlier. It's just a shitty part of the schedule, like Valspar. Yeah. I mean,
nobody cares about Florida. That's why.
Everyone cares about Florida. They just want to relax a little bit. That's what they want to do. That's what Florida's about. They don't have to go out there and deal with the trash weather and all the sinuses and allergies and shit in California.
Right
yeah.
Are they all hanging out at Busch Gardens? Is Busch Gardens still a thing?
Pretty. That's Tampa, but no.
Oh, is that in Tampa?
Yeah.
Did I know that?
Well, I mean, apparently you knew something. At least it was Florida.
Well, no, so
you know Disney World's in Orlando, right?
I know that because I've been there. I've been there
okay.
As an adult. But so when I was like 3, I guess we went to Busch Gardens, and my dad had video of it, like on old 8mm camcorder footage or whatever. You know, the kind with no sound from back in the 70s, and I've always heard of Busch Gardens. You know, he's got video of the chicks water skiing in the pyramid and all that stuff, like in the Go-Go's vacation video. But I don't think I ever knew where Busch Gardens was. I had zero clue. I didn't even know maybe it was in Florida.
Tampa. It's Tampa.
Is Tampa really Florida, though?
Yo, yeah. Tampa's the most Florida of Florida. Like people who born and raised, that's where they live. Orlando's super touristy. Miami, South Florida is all Hispanic. Palm Beach is New York. Yeah, it's yes.
See,
Tampa
because I was in Tampa, obviously, last year, year before last, I don't remember now. And I thought it was the least Florida of anywhere in Florida I've ever been, because everywhere in Florida is disgusting and undesirable and horrible. But Tampa was awesome. I don't have a problem with Tampa. So to me, it was the most un-Florida city in Florida.
If you it's come a long way probably in the past 5 or 6 years, is because people were so tired of going to South Florida. It was overpopulated. Traffic was bad. So they started migrating to Tampa. Tampa, it used to be for years, they used to call it Trampa. It was no good. And it's got better. It's got better, and it continues to get better. You can see all the new things that they're doing in infrastructure and things like that, and new buildings. So it's got a lot better. But my prayer is Tampa doesn't get like South Florida; it just gets overrun and things like that.
So while the field will be battling the bear trap, there are a lot of people saying that it has lost its teeth in recent years. Tournament officials this year chose to oversee the golf course to provide lush fairways and green scenery. A lot of people are saying the bite that the venue once was known for has been taken away. Your thoughts on that? Now, I know JP just played it, right? We should have had him on to ask him, because I didn't see that before. But have you heard anything about this, that it's just not what it used to be?
What are you talking about? Innisbrook?
The course, yeah. No, PGA National.
Well, that's not PGA National's in West Palm. JP played Innisbrook, where they're playing Valspar in 3
Oh,
weeks.
I thought he was in West Palm.
No. They were talking about Valspar. No, PGA National is West Palm. Valspar is where Innisbrook is where they play.
That's in Innisbrook, right.
Yeah. It's you have this stretch of golf. The next 4 weeks is the hardest stretch on the PGA Tour with the golf courses. It is. That's why, a lot of these guys don't like to play. No, just not this one reason. It's just, that's why it's too difficult. They're playing. They're just getting beat up 4 weeks in a row. That's one of the reasons why these guys don't play. The other reason, obviously, the signature event at Bay Hill and then the Players Championship. It's just a stretch of golf that I'm surprised you don't love it, because, if you get to 10, 12 under par, you're probably going to win the golf tournament, depending on the weather. So these are, with the exception of par 71 this week, par 71 at Innisbrook, both are other par 72s. You don't have to shoot a million under par. You just have to don't throw up on yourself, because you have so much water, and there's room for, tripping over yourself on, especially this week. There's like 13, 14 holes that has water on it. So there's a room for error on every single hole, and you're going to see these guys throw up on themselves. Bear trap is a lot like the snake pit.
Yeah.
When it comes to Innisbrook and PGA National, it's hard. You either love it or you don't.
Last year we had Jake Knapp shot a 59. And Joe Highsmith won the tournament at 19 under after making the cut on the number on Friday. So you had a little bit of drama going into the weekend, which I'm all about. And then the year before that, Austin Eckroat won on a Monday finish at 17 under.
No wind. They're playing. So that's not happening this year. It's going to be breezy. That's the only way it's defenseless.
And that was the first time anybody since it moved to PGA National had shot anything better than 15 under. So I'm with you on that. And that's the kind of tournaments I like to see, where the course sometimes wins, but at 71 under or at a par 71, like, who knows who wins? I think we all lose at a par 71. But
yeah, I agree.
One guy that we do get to watch is the insufferable Shane Lowry. Lowry. He's kind of one of the featured golfers this week, without a lot of other competition here. You got players like Keith Mitchell, Cashmere Keith Mitchell, and then your favorite golfer, Brooks Koepka, coming into town. What would you do, Johnny, if you show up to play golf somewhere? And I know you don't usually show up to play as a solo. You like to have plans. You like to have buddies to play golf with.
Sure.
But you're practicing for the senior PGA or the senior U.S. Open that you're going to partake in, and you need to get around in, and you show up, and you've got the hot girl at the counter says, yes, there's a threesome already. They're waiting for you on number one. They'll meet them at the tee box. You show up, and it's Collin Morikawa, Brooks Koepka, and Keith Mitchell. Which one do you shake hands with first?
No, I don't shake hands with any of them. I say, how much y'all want to play for?
All right, and then how much do you lose that day?
More than I have. How about that? More than I have.
But you're okay with that foursome, though. Like you'd be fine playing in that.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I got no problem with those guys. I'll hit it farther than Morikawa.
Oh, wow.
I'll putt it better than Keith Mitchell.
Sure.
That's kind of probably about it.
What about Brooks? He's still going to dominate that foursome, isn't he?
He's going to hit it 40 yards further than me.
Yeah.
Now, my short game, my wedge game is going to be on point because I'll miss a lot of greens. So my wedge game, around the greens will look extremely good. But yeah, I mean, you talk about three different types of players, man. That'd be fun. That'd be fun to watch, to be honest.
So then on the first 9, before you make the turn, what's the over-under on the number of times, A, you mentioned the podcast, and B, you invite them to come on the podcast?
Well, I'd only invite Keith Mitchell because he'd be fun.
Well, the other two would be fun.
No, they won't. Why?
No, because here's why Collin Morikawa would be fun.
He'd be scared. First off, he's scared of me already. So I don't, why is he going to come on the show?
Because you tell Collin Morikawa, well, look, this is kind of a family show. We have our girlfriends on, so you got to bring your wife on with you. So we need both of y'all on the StreamYard call. And then when they pop on the call, it's just me and you with no women, and then we get to interview her instead of him.
Yeah, probably not going to go very. I'm over her anyways. She's pregnant now. She's pregnant now.
What'd you do?
I didn't do anything.
I thought I taught you better than that.
Well, when you have him run away from me, I can't confront him on whose the baby is.
So if you walked up to a tee box right now with Brooks Koepka at it, would he recognize and remember you, you think?
No.
You don't think he would?
No, he was 14.
Well, it was like 5 years ago.
So how old is he? 35, 20 years ago. So I was 33. Yeah. No.
And you said this guy does not have a future in golf. He's too cocky and his swing sucks.
Never said that. I said he has a massive future in golf because he is cocky and he has a good swing.
But you also said he'd never be able to pull anything out of the clubhouse.
He was no, he was just, he wasn't a guy. He wasn't a kid that was like stood out. Like he just, there were so many good junior players in South Florida when we were doing the South Florida junior stuff that he didn't stand out. There was kids that were way, way, way more talented than him at that time frame that I thought were way more talented. But, we joke around about Brooks, but, he worked his ass off. He went to Europe and figured out his game and got mentally tough and, good for him.
Did he have frosted tips when he was 14?
He had, I couldn't tell because he had his hat on the whole time and he didn't take it off to shake hands. So that was my biggest discrepancy.
Oh, he wasn't learned very well, was he? Was he wearing the Strixon hat even then?
No, Strixon wasn't
a thing yet. Along with those old fogies, we've also got young players like Rasmus Højgaard and his twin brother Nikolai, who are looking for their first wins on the tour, alongside Michael Thorbjornsen, Rasmus Neergaard-Petersen, and Hao Tong Lee. who you might see on the wheel this week, by the way, who are also in the mix. Johnny, let's take a break here, and then we'll come back. We'll talk about some of the odds, some of the other players, and then, of course, later we'll get into Johnny's picks, and we will spin the wheel and figure out who is on my card this week. Today's show brought to you, as always, by Tom's Town Distilling Company at toms-town.com. Raise a glass and step back into time with Tom's Town Distilling Company, the premier craft distillery in downtown Kansas City, where history meets handcrafted spirits inspired by the Roaring '20s and the rebellious spirit of boss Tom Pendergast. Tom's Town creates award-winning bourbon, gin, vodka, rye, and canned cocktails you won't forget. Available for delivery in 40-plus states. Toms-town.com, where the spirits are bold, the cocktails are unforgettable, and the history is alive in every sip. Back after this.
Hi, golfers. IndyCarTim here. I want to talk to you a little bit about Golf Central Magazine. It's not just a golf magazine. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Head over to golfcentralmag.com and check out the latest issue. Some of the regular features in Golf Central Magazine: the Golf Bachelorette of the Month, the Golf Bachelor of the Month, the Golf Cart Girl of the Month, Golf History, Grip It and Sip It. So head over to golfcentralmag.com. It's free. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Golf Central Magazine at golfcentralmag.com. We'll see you there.
Sports fans, it's time to gear up. Head to fanstreamsports.com and check out our brand new merchandise store. We're talking bold t-shirts, 3/4 zips, hoodies, hats, mugs, and more. Everything you need to rep your favorite shows and your favorite crew. Whether you're rolling with the JP Peterson Show in Tampa Bay, From the Rough in Dallas, the Tim May Show featuring Clay Hall, or the Jeff Thidoff Show in Ohio, or any of our FanStream Sports original programming, we've got the perfect look for game day and every day. So don't wait. fanstreamsports.com. Click merch and grab your gear now. Wear the stream, live the stream. fanstreamsports.com.
Hey folks, let me tell you about Bay Area Modern Medical Center, a very different kind of approach to primary care. Personalized preventative medicine, not a one-pill-fits-all mentality. Christopher Lugo and his experienced medical staff are proactive in looking at issues before they become a problem, encouraging a healthy lifestyle with proper diet, supplements, and exercise to optimize your active lifestyle. Rather than the impersonal, rushed approach, you will be the only patient and will have our full attention. That's new. Getting old is inevitable, but feeling and looking old is avoidable. Bay Area Modern Medical Centers are experts in anti-aging regenerative medicine that optimizes your body's performance in many areas. So call for an appointment to get started on a journey back to full health and a happy life with a new, modern way of healthcare. Call 844-977-3477 or go to BAMMC.com. That's 844-977-3477 or BAMMC.com.
Today's show is brought to you by Tom's Town, a premier craft distillery based in Kansas City, Missouri. Discover their award-winning lineup, including double oaked bourbon, botanical gin, and double grain vodka, named the best craft vodka by the readers of USA Today. Available for online delivery in 40 states. Visit toms-town.com or their Kansas City distillery to explore more. Elevate your game with Tom's Town, where history meets innovation. Please enjoy responsibly. Orion Golf Management Solutions. Orion Management Solutions has tailored its service packages just like it tailors its approach to customers. Some owners need more supervision, while others need periodic assessment of their short-term and long-term strategies and programs. Orion can be called in to develop a business plan with the existing staff, or we can assist with the daily management of a facility or event. Either way, we make sure the client is satisfied and understands the direction the facility needs to go in order to achieve the owner's goals. Orion Management Solutions can help with owner assistance service solutions, daily course management, business plan development, monthly operations, or as-needed consulting services. Whatever your need, Orion Golf Management Solutions can help. Check out oriongolf.com.
Let's go.
Right now. Back to the show on FanStream Sports.
Welcome back to From the Rough right here on FanStream Sports. I'm IndyCarTim. That is PGA of America member Johnny Gerber. As I'm getting all choked up from my my vodka Gatorade and my shot of Jaeger, my prerequisite shot of Jaeger that Johnny makes me do before the show, which means everybody else has to do one. And then, of course, if Steven Jaeger is on the card ever, I got to do a shot for Steven Jaeger on the card. So we'll find out about that coming up a little bit later in the show. So, Johnny, let's go over some of the odds, your favorites. Not a big group of favorites here of at least your top. What, you said there was 3 of the top 50 golfers in the field this week? Is that what you said earlier?
3 of the top 50, only 1 of the top 30, Ryan Gerard.
Yep. And he's not even your favorite this week.
Nope, can't touch him. He's a favorite on the card, so we don't play around with too many favorites.
So coming in at 14-1 as your top favorite, this is per FanDuel Sportsbook. Shane Lowry, and I'm ready to get excited about Shane Lowry because despite contending fairly regularly on the PGA Tour, he's without an individual victory on U.S. soil since the WGC Bridgestone Invitational in 2015, a tournament that no longer exists. Heck, it's not just a tournament, it's an event series that no longer even exists. He had a great opportunity to get off the schneid there back in 2022 when he just fell short to my name is Sepp at this tournament, which kicked off a run of 4 straight top 11 finishes at PGA National. He's tasted contention in recent weeks. He lost in Dubai last month on the final hole. But if you would have just told me all of that without me finding out and looking it up myself, I don't know that I would have believed it. I would have thought for sure that Shane Lowry had like an individual win in the last 5 years on the PGA Tour. I couldn't believe that when I saw that.
Yeah, the team event, the last one he won was with Rory. Yeah, it's weird. It's hard to explain, right? I mean, the guy. Listen, the guy's extremely talented. I'm a big Shane Lowry fan. Bam. Listen, man, Shane likes to do other things, and I'm all for it. Like, I get it. Like, if Shane Lowry is can hit a golf ball in the air and can walk 1 foot in front of the other, he's going to be on the Ryder Cup team, right? Just because of a lot of the other reasons. He's great in the team room. He's clutch as hell. He just does these things. But you're right. I mean, if you look, and he's a bit like Keith Mitchell, right? Yeah. If you tell me Keith Mitchell's got 1 win or 2 wins on the PGA Tour, and the last one was 8 years ago or 7 years, he's like, what? Are you kidding me? Yeah. Like, it doesn't really. It doesn't add up, right? So yeah, I mean, I expect him firmly to play well this next month. But he's getting in a stretch. He's going to play 5 in a row, which is tough. 2 last week, this week, hometown event for him, and then Bay Hill in the Players Championship. So could be a little worn out, but it's certainly going to help that he's sleeping in his own bed. Yeah. But here's what I will tell you: Shane Lowry has to play a lot of golf, because he has a golf swing that's very rhythmical in terms of he's very handsy. He's very, very much a field player. So, he has to play a lot of golf, and you see him when he gets in a rhythm and he plays a lot of golf. If he takes 3 weeks off, you rarely will see him play well as like first event or second event coming back. But then when he gets in a rhythm, that he really will start to contend, with the exception of some bad luck a few years ago when Sepp Straka won in that gale storm that came when he hit. He had a big opportunity to win this week. I think the fatigue factor is a little bit may set in this week. That's why we don't have him on our card. But I like Shane Lowry a lot.
Yeah, me too. And he's your favorite here at 14-1. 0 value with Shane Lowry here. But even that being the case, I would love to see him win here. Like, one of my favorite guys on the tour.
Yeah, me too.
And he can drink. We
sure.
like guys who can drink. Sure. 16-1, Ryan Gerard. And then at 22-1, the twins, Nikolai and Rasmus Højgaard.
They're the same person.
Do they all? It's just one guy. Do they always put them at the same odds? Because here's why I ask: if you make one guy better than the other, don't the twins just like switch, and then one of them will play because they're playing better, and that's the one with the better odds, and they'll just bet on themselves?
I don't know. You stumped me.
See? We got y'all.
Well, they're the
figured
same.
out,
They're the same person. It doesn't matter. I mean, wouldn't it be cool, like, if you got in a tournament? They have another brother too. If you just paired them all three together and figure out who's who.
You got to put like numbers on their shirts, like jersey numbers, so you
like
know
jockey. They're like horses. They put numbers on like horses.
Michael Thorbjornsen at 22-1, also joining the Højgaards at 22-1. And look, after nearly beating everyone at Phoenix, he got beaten by everybody at AT&T Pebble Beach. He grabbed the solo lead in Scottsdale with an eagle, but then he learned the hard way how hard it is to close out a tournament on the PGA Tour, and instead just settled for a podium finish. He acquitted himself nicely here in his debut last season, but he was unable to find his groove on the greens. I don't know if his putting's any better than it was here last year. We'll find out. Thoughts on Thorbjornsen?
Love him. I think he's one of those up-and-coming rising stars on the PGA Tour. I think his game travels extremely well. It doesn't matter if he plays Bermuda or Bent. He went to Stanford, used the West Coast. He grew up in New England. So, listen, I think he's a guy that you'll look at. If once he wins one time, the floodgates will open. He's just too talented. He's just too talented of a guy. There's no weaknesses in his game. He hits it top 10 on the PGA Tour in distance. So, what does he have to clean up? I'm not sure. The last week was surprising. Last couple of weeks at, DFL. So, yeah, bounce back week, we'll see. Length is not really the biggest issue here. So maybe he can carry some of the pawns, but I just think, I just hope he's not scarred from the last 2 weeks. He's not playing too much to go into this, and he's a little bit refreshed.
Yeah. 27-1, Kashmir Keith Mitchell. 30-1, we've got a trio of guys. Brooks Koepka, first of all, he's a Florida kid, right? We talked about it earlier.
Grew up in West Palm.
Yeah, playing in his backyard once again. Almost a winner here. The year Keith Mitchell holed a putt on the 72nd hole to hold off Koepka and Fowler. He returns here this week to make his first start in the tournament since 2022. He finished T16 back then. Since he's come back to the PGA Tour, he's produced just a couple, I think, of, I guess, what you could call like lackluster starts, really. But the bones, the main part of his game, I think, is pretty solid here. He kept up with his peers from tee to green, was undone on the greens, though. The switch to Bermuda grass here, along with the rest of the tour, I think he'll benefit from that greatly, being back in Florida. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree 100%. But listen, whoever's betting Koepka, that's a personal pick. Koepka doesn't have a chance to win the golf tournament. He just doesn't. He's not. Have you seen him? Did you watch him? He looks heavy. I don't think he's. I think he's just kind of going through the motions, trying to get his feel back on the PGA Tour. Media is going to be hounding him all week, so he's going to take away potentially from his practice being a Holden Town event. Listen, if you want a little sentimental pick, maybe put him in your top 20. I didn't touch him this week.
Yeah,
no chance to win. Even though it's a field that doesn't have a lot of superstars, he just, it takes a lot to win, and not being in that situation for a long time, especially on the PGA Tour, it just doesn't happen just like that. And I just think there's just other things that kind of he's dealing with, getting back on the tour and things like that, media attention, that it's just going to not be conducive to him playing really good golf.
Do you think he's really just warming up and trying to get things right for the majors this year? Yeah.
Yes.
I think that's really all he cares about.
He's just going through the motions. Like, you got to look, he's not playing the next 2 weeks, probably play Valspar. Next week is signature event. He's not playing Players Championship. He's not a PGA Tour member. So he's not playing there. He's not playing the next couple of weeks. So we play Valspar, Houston. He gets in the Masters just by his PGA win.
Right.
Gets in the PGA. So, he's going to play some event. Here's what I like. He's going to probably play some events that he normally doesn't play by choice, just to get some reps and just to get, play some PGA Tour. Heritage is probably a place that he'll play. He's going to play as many events that he can get in, which is smart for Brooks Koepka. Listen, I know you go back and forth with a few people about whether Brooks Koepka moves the needle. Brooks Koepka moves the needle. He does. And
Sure.
just what he does. I just think getting acclimated on the PGA Tour is a lot different than getting acclimated and playing live golf. It just is. So
Absolutely, because live golf ain't real golf. He figured that out real quick now that he's come back.
If you're still in golf courts in 3 rounds, it's, this is not the Champions Tour. It's not yet. It's not the Champions Tour. And there's a lot to it. Getting your sea legs under you, as they call it, is a big deal. And especially when it's going to be hot and things like that. So, hey, listen, do I think Brooks – it's going to be interesting to see what happens if Brooks Koepka wins this year. How does that elevate his status? I don't know what's in the bylines of what they agreed to him. If he does win, does it make him an automatic PGA Tour member like others that would win that's not a PGA Tour member? So I like golf tournaments that Brooks Koepka plays in. I just think it's think it's fun. I like it when he's in the mix. I like that he can, ruffle some feathers and keep it moving.
Yep, big fan. And then also at 30-1, you've got Christian Bezuidenhout, who you may see on the wheel, Johnny. Rasmus Neergaard-Petersen, who you may see on the wheel, Johnny.
Could you fit that name in on the wheel?
I did. It's you'll see. You'll see.
Okay.
It was a challenge, but I got all 3 names and the hyphen on there. And look, I think American golf fans are about to get used to hearing his name. The Rasmanian Devil is his nickname overseas. He's starting to get his feet under him a little bit in his first PGA Tour season. He's only played twice this year. He's made both cuts, hasn't had an issue there. I think he'll be pretty frisky in this field with the competition he's up against. He won the Australian Open at Royal Melbourne in 2025, and he has continued to strike the ball pretty good entering here in 2026. Not a guy that I've been too familiar with, over the years. But over the past couple of weeks, I've definitely seen his name just because it's so weird. As what he's Danish, I guess they don't call them Danish as they call them Danes. Danish is something that you eat for breakfast that I'm a big fan of. But I think he's a name we'll be seeing quite a bit here on the PGA Tour pretty frequently this year.
Yeah, I mean, if you look, the Europeans have a really good track record playing PGA National and playing in this event. They played well, obviously, with Luke Donald playing well there, past winner of the old Honda. You'll see some of these guys kind of sprouting up. Bezuidenhout certainly over the last few years has contended there. Sepp Straka, guys like that. He kind of fits that little mold. You haven't heard of him yet. Mid-20s guy with certainly a lot of talent. Cut his teeth in the DP World Tour, and a lot of these guys, that's why they come over. They finish in that top 10, and they're able to get their PGA Tour status. Yeah, good for him. I mean, do I think the guys you're going to see him, win 2 or 3 times a year on the PGA Tour? No, but do I see him win an event maybe like John Deere or something like that to kind of propel him a little bit? Yeah, certainly.
My name is Jeff.
Then finally, Johnny, 33-1, Aaron Two Gloves Rye. He was kind of a sudden addition to the Genesis Invitational. He got off to a rocky start to his 2026 season. Really at places like Wailea and Pebble Beach that you think would fit his skill set. He was among the early leaders in the week. Back up on Sunday, though, at Riviera, put him outside the top 25. I think he's shown a little bit of promise early this season. I kind of like his game right now. I know that you're liking him quite a bit for this week, too.
Confidence Central, this guy. He doesn't lack, I told you this, man. I don't. The guys who have ugly girlfriends are not very confident in themselves. A guy who has head covers, a guy who has iron covers on his irons doesn't give a shit what people think. And a guy that wears 2 gloves, either like you have massive, and he's got taco meat on his arms too.
He does.
So you combine those 4 things. The guy is confident Central, and he just, when the weather gets bad, he plays better. He doesn't matter where he plays. The guy's a grinder. We did a show, this past show I just did out in Phoenix, man. My guy, which is a perfect example. If you like horse racing, they call him a mutter.
Yep.
And this is what this guy, if there's a golf tournament that 8-9 under par wins, this is the guy that you bet. I'm not sure it's going to I'm not so sure it's not going to get the double digits, but I like him. I like him a lot. Great value. He's certainly on our card, and we'll talk a little bit more about it after the break.
Speaking of the break, last break of the day, then we're going to get into Johnny's picks. We're going to spin the wheel and go through that whole rigmarole. As I will move the wheel over here, we will put the camera on it. I will spin, and Johnny will determine where that person is on my Wheel of Misfortune card. Special thanks to OrionGolf.com. If you're looking for a smart professional golf management solution that can take your course to the next level, head over to OrionGolf.com, your partner in streamlined operations, improved player experiences, and next-generation golf course management. From scheduling and membership services to event coordination and strategic business solutions, Orion Golf helps facilities run smoother and more profitably every single day. That's OrionGolf.com, where smart golf management meets real results. Visit OrionGolf.com today and discover why better golf starts with better management. Back after
Hi, golfers. IndyCarTim here. I want to talk to you a little bit about Golf Central Magazine. It's not just a golf magazine. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Head over to golfcentralmag.com and check out the latest issue. Some of the regular features in Golf Central Magazine: the Golf Bachelorette of the Month, the Golf Bachelor of the Month, the Golf Cart Girl of the Month, Golf History, Grip It and Sip It. So head over to golfcentralmag.com. It's free. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Golf Central Magazine at golfcentralmag.com. We'll see you there.
Sports fans, it's time to gear up. Head to fanstreamsports.com and check out our brand new merchandise store. We're talking bold t-shirts, 3/4 zips, hoodies, hats, mugs, and more. Everything you need to rep your favorite shows and your favorite crew. Whether you're rolling with the J.P. Peterson Show in Tampa Bay, From the Rough in Dallas, the Tim May Show featuring Clay Hall, or the Jeff Thidoff Show in Ohio, or any of our FanStream Sports original programming, we've got the perfect look for game day and every day. So don't wait. fanstreamsports.com. Click merch and grab your gear now. Wear the stream, live the stream, fanstreamsports.com.
Hey folks, let me tell you about Bay Area Modern Medical Center, a very different kind of approach to primary care. Personalized preventative medicine, not a one-pill-fits-all mentality. Christopher Lugo and his experienced medical staff are proactive in looking at issues before they become a problem, encouraging a healthy lifestyle with proper diet, supplements, and exercise to optimize your active lifestyle. Rather than the impersonal, rushed approach, you will be the only patient and will have our full attention. That's new. Getting old is inevitable, but feeling and looking old is avoidable. Bay Area Modern Medical Centers are experts in anti-aging regenerative medicine that optimizes your body's performance in many areas. So call for an appointment to get started on a journey back to full health and a happy life with a new, modern way of healthcare. Call 844-977-3477 or go to BAMMC.com. That's 844-977-3477 or BAMMC.com.
Today's show is brought to you by Tomstown, a premier craft distillery based in Kansas City, Missouri. Discover their award-winning lineup, including double oaked bourbon, botanical gin, and double grain vodka. Named the best craft vodka by the readers of USA Today. Available for online delivery in 40 states. Visit toms-town.com or their Kansas City distillery to explore more. Elevate your game with Tomstown, where history meets innovation. Please enjoy responsibly. Orion Golf Management Solutions. Orion Management Solutions has tailored its service packages just like it tailors its approach to customers. Some owners need more supervision, while others need periodic assessment of their short-term and long-term strategies and programs. Orion can be called in to develop a business plan with the existing staff, or we can assist with the daily management of a facility or event. Either way, we make sure the client is satisfied and understands the direction the facility needs to go in order to achieve the owner's goals. Orion Management Solutions can help with owner assistance service solutions, daily course management, business plan development, monthly operations, or as-needed consulting services. Whatever your need, Orion Golf Management Solutions can help. Check out OrionGolf.com.
Let's go.
Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
Welcome back to From the Rough right here on FanStream Sports. I'm IndyCarTim. That is PGA of America member John Gerber as we wrap things up here on your Preview Wednesday on From the Rough. It is the 2026 Cognizant Classic, the Bear Trap Breakdown. Oh, that's probably making a cat noise. Not really. I don't know what a bear sounds like. What does a bear sound like anyway? Now you're making a
Not,
moose.
not what you said. Not what you
No,
said.
it's not what I said. I admitted that. It sounded like a cat. Sound like a sick cat at that. It's terrible. So it is that time of the day of the preview Wednesday show when Tim spins the wheel of misfortune.
All non-winners for you.
The
but winners.
7. It's where I put 7 guys on my wheel. I believe I even listed those for everybody. Here are the 7 guys. If you're watching the video, if you're listening to the recorded podcast on your favorite podcast app, I apologize. You'll just have to bear with us here. The 7 guys I put on my wheel, and then I spin. Johnny determines before the spin if it is my winner, my top 10, or my top 20. And then that is the person that we roll with. I have the odds for all 7. All 7 of these.
Get it out.
All 7 of these guys for their winning odds, their top 10, and their top 20 odds. And we will just circle those, and then we will publish those after the show on social media so everybody has. But look, you're not making the bets on my picks. You're making the bets on Johnny's winning picks after we do mine. So
that's right.
This is for comedic relief, and everybody enjoys following along. So as we get to it, let's throw up our wheel camera. The wheel is so famous it gets its own freaking camera. Somewhere. Where are we at? Oh, I think I did
somewhere over the rainbow where sick cats are in Tim's throat. There we go.
There we go. That's not the one I was looking for, but that's the one I was looking for right there.
Well, you got trash on that. You got trash on there. How'd you pick those?
The one I like. All right. So those of you listening or long and not watching, we've got Ryan Gerard, Hao-Tong Lee, Michael Brennan, Rasmus Neergaard-Petersen, Christian Bezuidenhout, Max Homa. Probably hear that name every time this year. And Brooks Koepka on my wheel of misfortune. So we will spin, Johnny, for the
Never
first
trust a guy with 2 first names.
No, right. And that doesn't drink.
He's got 3.5.
For our very first
top 10. We're gonna move it around. Top 10.
All right. This is for our top 10 on the wheel of misfortune for Tim's picks. How about Ryan Gerard for a top 10?
Yeah, but he's probably minus money, so it's trash.
Ryan Gerard, top 10, Johnny, plus 220.
Really? That's pretty good.
Yeah, I thought so too. I don't have any minuses on the board. Now, Ryan Gerard was even money for a top 20. I will tell you that.
Okay.
But top 10, I have him at plus 220. Well, who's next here?
Winner.
All right. Winner on Tim's Wheel of Misfortune. Bring me the head of Michael Brennan, Johnny.
Yeah, he's not even going to make the cut, but that's okay.
Michael Brennan, 58-1 as your winner, which wouldn't quite put him in your ham sandwich picks, but it would be a pretty high.
That's ham sandwich. 50 or over. 50 or over.
I thought it was like 80 or over. Or
no,
60
50 or over.
All right.
50 or over.
Which leaves us the top 20. We have Hao-Tong Lee, Neergaard-Petersen, Bezuidenhout, Homa, and Koepka left. All right, here we go.
That's great. You just single-handedly ruined all these guys' career, especially week for week.
We got to redo because we had Michael Brennan again.
He ain't going to finish in the top 20 either, so you might as well keep going.
Well, I don't double up on my picks, so I'll just go again. Johnny. Brooks Koepka.
Something to root for, right? That's okay. That's something to root for. I don't mind.
Plus 185 for the top 20.
Not bad.
Oh, we've got Michael Brennan at 58-1 as my winner. Ryan Gerard at plus 220, my top 10, and Brooks Koepka plus 185 for my top 20. Now we get to the part that everybody really wants to find out about and listen to as I try to produce and do everything all at once on the air here. And it's time for Johnny's picks.
Here we go. Hey, after just First 4 weeks, profitable. Last 2 weeks, lost a little bit of money, but we're still plus 170 for the year. Listen, I know it doesn't sound like a lot. I know you're disappointed, but normally going into the Florida swing, we're usually down. So follow the system. This is why it's so important. Tell everybody all the time, follow the system. We're going to have weeks that we don't win money. This is extremely difficult to bet. One swing causes a lot of commotion in golf betting. Listen, still plus 170, 3, 4, and 1 on matchups, 1 and 1, but we did go plus. We took 2 dogs last week, so we did make a little bit of a profit there on our matchups. Hey, first pick, you could call him Rasmus, you could call him Nikolai. I'm just going to say Højgaard.
Because you never know.
It's going to be, hey, one guy might play one round, the other guy might play the other round. You just don't know. You can't tell. But I'm going to go with Nikolai for the first round. He'll probably get tapped in, sub it out for the third or fourth rounds. We'll see how they're both playing. But Nikolai Højgaard plus 20 to 1. One of the longest guys on the PGA Tour. Finishes. He is he's top 10 on the PGA Tour in proximity to the golf hole. So basically, you're saying from tee to green, he's the top 10 best player on the PGA Tour. I like him in this spot. You don't have to have prodigious link to play this place, but you do have to be pretty accurate. Love him in this spot. I normally don't take favorites like this, but the Europeans have normally played well here. I like him in this spot, 20 to 1. Michael Bjornsson, 22 to 1. Like we said earlier, listen, the guy, there's no weaknesses in the guy's game. I don't know why he hasn't won yet. I like the guy a lot. Once he breaks out, he is going to break out, and he's going to go full out. And once he wins once, he's going to win a bunch. I like him at 22 to 1. One of the longest guys on the PGA Tour. Aaron Two Gloves Ride. Thanks for putting those 2 gloves in there. 40 to 1. Listen, like we talked about earlier, he wears 2 gloves. He's got taco meat. He has iron covers. And he's got a hot-ass girlfriend. You put those 4 things together, that sounds like confidence to me. The guy can play in any type of weather. 40 to 1. I love him. Ham sandwich pick this week, 85 to 1. Listen, it's a home game for Eric Cole. No one knows this golf course better than him. 85 to 1. I know his form hasn't been great, but there's nothing better than getting home and getting to a get-right week. Love him in this spot, 85 to 1. Watch him. I'm telling you, don't be surprised if he has a chance to win on Sunday. 85 to 1, great value. 2 top 10s, Daniel Berger plus 325, Andrew Putnam plus 1,000. Daniel Berger, again, a little bit like Eric Cole. It's a home game for him. I think the pressure is coming off of Daniel Berger after getting his major medical finished after the fall of last year that frees him up. I think he's got to play well to get in Bay Hill next week in the signature event. He's going to get into Players. I like him in this spot. Listen, one of the best putters on Bermuda greens. I think he's just now getting his feet back, getting acclimated to the PGA Tour. Love it, 325. Andrew Putnam plus 1,000 to finish in the top 10. Andrew Putnam is number 1 on strokes gained around the greens. Listen, you're going to miss some greens around this place. Very, very difficult, so you're going to miss them. I like a guy that you don't have to shoot 15, 20 under par to win. He's very consistent, really good around the greens, great value at plus 1,000. 2 top 20s, Alex Smalley plus 175, Max McGreevy plus 175. These guys' games are very, very similar. Alex hits it a little bit further than him. Alex Smalley finished last year at this event. He shot 64 in the last round. He'll carry that momentum over to have a chance to win, to play very well there. A pretty good iron player and a really good putter on Bermuda greens. Max McGreevy finished 4th here last year, playing some pretty good golf. Just really hasn't kind of, got through the winner's circle. But I like both these guys at plus 175 to finish in the top 20.
And there you go. There's Johnny's winning picks. You can find them at fanstreamsports.com or all across our social medias from today, as well as looking out for those matchups Saturday and Sunday morning. If indeed we have those, we will post those on social media as well. At Jay Gerber PGA Pro, at IndyCarTim, at From the Rough PGA, and at FanStream DFW. That's going to wrap up our Wednesday preview of the 2026 Cognizant Classic from PGA National. It's going to be a fun one. I'll be tuning in early. Early for me. Tomorrow as they tee off. I don't know what time it is, Central Time, that they tee off tomorrow.
1 o'clock. They'll be teed off early, but coverage starts at 1. Right.
There you go. Unless you have ESPN Plus like me, and then you can get it live with the feature groups, featured holes, and all of that stuff.
You like that ESPN Plus.
Man, when they announced Yeah, when they announced that a few years ago, I was uber excited about it. But, man, I think I enjoy it even more than I thought I would. Because if you just want golf coverage, if you just have it on as, as background noise in your office or, I have it on here in the studio when I'm here doing stuff, it's amazing coverage from ESPN and the Golf Channel, the way they put that together. I agree. Love it a lot. So, but all right, well, there you go. Johnny and I will be back on Monday with another From the Rough Golf podcast right here. Why am I not having the right?
What are you trying to show, my gray hair? What are you trying to do?
I don't know what's happening right now.
Or your gray hair? Which one?
I don't know. Our there it is. Our little StreamYard software has been buggy lately. I don't like it. I don't like when things are buggy when I'm trying to produce on the air. But we will follow up with everybody on Monday at 5:00 Central, 6:00 Eastern, right here on FanStream Sports. Until then, boys and girls, y'all keep hitting them straight.